Peace. Convo time, conversation. Hope everybody is doing swell. Doing great. Alright? Peace and love. Alright? Q&A, conversation. Few topics. How everybody doing? Any results? Are y'all getting any responses back? Rather it's from a Cardinal mortgage lease. Alright, and a lot of people ask, what's the best way to start? Or what am I looking for? Alright, you always remember this, family. You're trying to leverage your security interests in your contract. How much per year are you allowed to discharge? That's an amazing question, because I would have never even thought of it like that. Meaning it's an unnecessary question. There is no limits, my friend. You don't just get to a point of, you just charged $1 million, now you got to go to work and pay for the. Nah, this is the way of life. This is the lifestyle. This is the way of business. Private banking. So when you understand private banking, private banking is infinite. So there's no limitations on this. You can get into as much debt as possible. Alright, just remember every debt there's a credit. Every debt is a credit. Private banking simply just means that you have a trust set up, and your trust issues negotiable instruments. That's a form of private banking. Alright, and most people say I gotta be SEC regulated. Fam, you gotta remember, we're already SEC regulated as far as our estate. So when we literally transfer that estate up onto a trust, and now the trust operates the estate, meaning the trust can collect all the estate's interests. Alright, so a lot of folks have been telling y'all this for years as far as trust and things like that. So when you understand what's going on, it definitely makes all the terminology that much easier. Alright, and I just want to make sure that y'all don't make this harder than what it is, because I do understand, probably even myself, when I first started teaching, I was probably making it harder than what it is. Alright, and I'm here to let y'all know, when you can just focus on a security interest, alright, not focusing on how much it is, or don't even worry about the amount, just kind of focus on the formula, focus on the process. Don't focus on the amount. Don't worry about how much it is. Alright, just focus on, okay, who is it due to? Alright, because most people, when they receive bills, the first thing they do is panic. Alright, they don't even hear, even myself, when I first, when I thought I knew bills, you get that phone call, you get that letter saying the account is due. Alright, have y'all ever seen a letter, or have they ever called you and say, you owe us? At least I ain't never got a call like that. They always say your account is due. Don't they always say that? Some of us may be such in survival mode, we don't even hear what they're saying. They're literally saying your account is due. Your account is due. The account is due. Sir, we need to do something with this account. What do you want? You know, that's how the people on the phone be talking to you. Would you like to make a payment towards this account, sir? Right or wrong? That's what they say. Would you like to make a payment towards this account, sir? And we try to get off the phone real fast. Like, oh yeah, let me call you right back. All right, because we're not understanding that they're saying the account is due. All right, next question should be, well, how much is the account due? And they're going to tell you the balance. They're going to say, well, the account is due such and such dollars. See, we hear that and hear, oh, damn, I got to come out of pocket for that such and such dollars. And no. All right, no. Y'all, I'm going to be, Yeah, so he's supposed to accept the bill, transfer it back with some instructions, which is the tender of payment. So when they be like, the account is due, you just got to ask this simple question. Well, who is the account owner? They're going to say you. So inadvertently, they're literally telling you, you are due the balance. What do you want to do with it? But most of people, you know, they be too much in panic mode. Like, oh, I got to get this bill paid. My mommy taught me to pay my bills on time. My daddy showed me to pay my bills on time. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot. That's what a lot of us grew up on. All right. And as the account managers, it's their jobs to reach out to the account owners and say, hey, owner, your account is due. The balance is here. What do you want to do with this balance? You know, we hear it and like, damn. Instead of saying, oh yeah, let me go ahead and accept that balance and transfer it to the account. I'm gonna go ahead and send some instructions for the account managers, all right, to do what they need to do to fulfill their duties. All right. Now, of course, you can say this all day, but if you don't, all right, if you don't know how to add the documentation with the articulation, it's as if it's not even happening. All right. It's as if it's not even happening. All right. You got some people that's good with documentation, but they don't know how to articulate it. You know, they get in court or they get on that Zoom call, rather it's a hearing or something, and they just freeze up the whole time. If you good at documentation, it should make it easier to articulate it, because all you're doing is saying what you have. You're just saying, hey, my exhibit A is the contract. I entered the contract on XYZ. All right. The contract was, the obligation of the contract was $2.5 million. Okay. Now I'm literally stating facts of the transaction. Okay. Now my next exhibit might be a notice of security interest, or shall I say a claim to security interest. That can be my exhibit B. All right. Now, knowing that I have that, okay, I have my contract showing the obligation. All right, I have my notice of claim of interest. All right, so what is the notice of claim of interest? It's basically you coming forth and saying, hey, this is mine and I'm claiming it. Okay, simple. All right, or hey, I'm claiming this on behalf of the principal. You see what I'm saying? Okay, so that's the notice of claim of interest. All right, so I just gave you 2 exhibits for your case. All right, you have to know how to build it, family. You can't just, you can't just be saying that I know it's fraud. They're frauding me. Like we say a lot of conclusions, but not able to build it. If you can't build it, it's as if it didn't even happen. It's as if somebody just slapped the taste out your mouth and then took over your estate. That's basically what's happening every time. All right, so when you understand leveraging the security interest and how to just explain what happened. Hey, I entered the contract on this day. All right, on this day, I sent a notice of claim of interest. All right, on this day, they didn't say anything back, so I sent the follow-up. On this day, they didn't say anything back again, so I sent the 72-hour opportunity to cure, or a notice of default. So they still didn't say nothing, so that's what brings me here for my public administrative process. Okay, so when we understand that, all All right, we shouldn't be scared to go to court. I understand being nervous, all right, because just because you're nervous don't mean you're scared. It just means you're anticipating the moment. But I'm talking about for those that are scared, that's just because you haven't went over your game plan good enough. All right, because when you go over your game plan, all right, when you understand what you need to do for game day, when you done did your preparation, all right, you ready. You like, let's go. I'm ready. Hey, let's go. You start to get antsy. All right, but when you don't really have a strong game plan, you know, it's hard to be confident. All right, it's hard to be confident, fam. And we want everybody to be confident. And it's hard to be confident in something that you don't even understand. All right, so worst case scenario, whenever you get into a conversation, whether they call you or anything like that, and you get caught on the phone, just simply say, hey, I'm just trying to claim my security interest in the account. I'm trying to claim my security interest in the account. Can everybody say that with me to yourself? I'm claiming my security interest on behalf of the account. If you can say that 3 times before you wake up, well, after you wake up, and then 3 times before you go to bed, I promise you, you're going to dream about it. I'm just trying to claim my security interest in the account. That's it. I ain't trying to beat nobody up. I ain't trying to rob. I'm not trying to scam. I'm not trying to not do my obligations. I'm just simply trying to claim my security interest in the account. No matter if it's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. I'm just simply trying to claim my security interest for my account. Okay? And if that triggers my account getting closed, we definitely got a problem. All right? If that means my account's supposed to be closed, we definitely have a problem. All right? Because you mean to tell me all I'm doing is doing what I'm supposed to be doing and you cut me out? That don't sound fair. Yeah, I'm just trying to satisfy the obligation, utilizing the security interests that I previously gave. All right, that's going to open up the Pandora box. That's going to say, what do you mean? What security interest? Boom! Now we at the next phase. Okay, well, I gave you a security interest on the day that this account was open. I provided an application. Even though I provided the tender of payment well after the application, it did not waive any rights to the application. I never waived any rights to the application. Okay? So on such and such day, I sent in a notice of claim of interest. I sent in a tender of payment, bill of exchange. I sent the affidavit of truth. Okay? Along with some other documents. All right? Stating my stance in the contract. Okay, no one said anything, no response. Okay, none of that. Nobody gave me a justified no or a yes. All right, so I took that silence as a yes. It's called the tacit agreement. Meaning if you send something to someone notice and they don't say anything, it's as if they agreed to it. All right, so being able to build that up and say that at your hearing, y'all, I'm trying to tell you, that's going to put you right at the door. A lot of these lawyers that you're going to be going against, they're not equipped to go against anybody that understands the rules and procedures. Not only the rules and procedures, but actually know where the security interest is and how one is able to leverage. I don't know what that smell is, but it stinks. Golly, I'm trying to talk and it's messing me up. Something outside. Smell like must. Whoo! God, smell like 1,000 wet dogs. Damn. I've been trying to talk this whole time, y'all. It's just been smacking me. Just my windows closed. God. Sheesh. But yeah. something, y'all. Hold on. Sheesh. Hold up. I like the blood or something. My cologne at. 1 second, family. 1 second. Sheesh. All right, we back. All right, yeah, it's called a tacit agreement. Tacit agreement. Is all of this making sense for the beginners? All right, definitely for the beginners, those that's, you're trying to find your way. All right, we're trying to make it as simple as possible, family. I try not to make it rocket science, because I do understand there are some people out here that teach in a rocket science manner. Okay, and I guess they do it to make themselves, all right, to make themselves sound smarter. Some people feel like they gotta make it difficult to make themselves sound so astronomical, But really, it don't take all that. At all. Okay? Once you understand how to leverage a security interest, like you're in that 1%, and not just saying it. How many people walk around here and say, I'm of the 1%? And it's like, what have you done that have put yourself in the 1% bracket? What have you done? It's cool to have affirmations, family, but what have you done? Man. Right now, understand, it's always going to be some form of litigation. I'm in like 4 litigations right now. Okay, so I'm here to let you know it's a lifestyle. It's like I'm preparing for game day. All right, I don't look at it like, oh my gosh, I gotta worry about them. I used to be like that when I first started, but now it's like, okay, I know exactly what I'm about to do. All right, I know exactly how I'm about to attack this. I'm about to establish myself as having superior interest claim, all right, because I'm the one that gave, I'm the one that provided the security interest, all right. It even says in the contract, it says you give us a security interest in the account, okay. Yeah, I wouldn't tell y'all to do 4, just focus on 1. Because until you really understand what's going on, and I be getting people that book consultation, they'll be like, I'm in like 5 litigations, bro, because of you, man. Whoa. You are not ready for 5 litigations when you haven't won 1. Pace yourself, family. Find your biggest contract. I would say your mortgage or your lease. Keep paying on it, all right? But start doing your litigation. Start doing your private administrative process, your public administrative process. Now, I do have a service where I do it for you. Okay? Disclaimer, I do have a service where I assist it. I assist. We alley-oop. You throw me the alley and I can dunk it. Okay? Or you can learn how to do it on your own. We can make it go away, or you can do it on your own. All right. Now, of course, if we do it, all right, I'm also going to be showing you what exactly we're doing. It's not going to be such, okay, it's done. All right. You will be understanding exactly what I'm sending you, because you're the one that's going to send it off. I'm not going to be sending anything behind your back. Everything that I'm going to need to send is going to be through you. I'm going to say, hey, Shirley, I need you to send this. Here's the mailing instructions. All right, I need you to sign these documents. Here's your first wave. All Shirley has to do is read the documents, understand what they're saying, okay? And then go down to sign the documents, get her 2 witnesses, or rather she want to get a notary, take it to the post office, certify, mail it, make sure she gets her green receipt, all right? Submit her green receipt so she can get her back, and then she's going to wait 10 business days after she receives her green receipt, all right? Then we're going to do that. Then we're going to do our second wave. Rather, if they say no or they don't say anything, we're going to do our second wave. She's going to do the same thing. All right, receive her letters, go to sign them, get them notarized, go to the post office, and we're going to do that three times before we transfer it to a public administrative process. All right, now remember, y'all, the deal is right now in the public and the private administrative process. All right, we do it for $1,000. That's until Wednesday. After Wednesday, it's going back to regular price. Okay, it's going back to regular price. All right. Now, next topic. I'm about to blow y'all mind right quick. Alright, because it blew my mind. I was like, damn, I never thought about that. Alright. If you missed the conversation, I'm gonna post this live after we get done. Alright, have y'all ever thought about this? Every person you've had sex with, you've had sex with them in another lifetime. Now, just let that simmer before you respond. Those wives, just let that simmer. Just let it simmer, y'all. Just let it marinate, let it cook for a little bit. I'm gonna ask the question again. All right, nobody got to comment nothing. Just think about it. All right, what if every person that you've had sex with, okay, you have had sex with them in a past lifetime? Okay, that's one part of the question. Next part of the question is, what if every person you have sex with, you are married to them? Because you gotta remember, it's 2 worlds going on at one time. Okay? Yeah, see, she said her husband knew her body so well. See, it's like he knew exactly what button to push. You know, you probably got a weird spot. You know, you get turned on by him touching your left calf. You know, stop it, Frank. You know what I'm saying? Like, how did he know? You know, how did he know? He been reading you. He been following you. His soul was attracted to yours. You see what I'm saying? I truly believe that. All right? I truly believe that. Okay? Then they ask you, why are you still dealing with that person? Now, I know a lot of us done hit this one. Man, I don't know, man. I don't even... Yeah. And every woman's body is different. Every woman's body is different. So you can't say, well, he knew you because, you know, all women like, nah, y'all don't know. She probably, you know what I'm saying? She never disclosed what it is that she likes. So you see what I'm saying? You never know. You never know. But I truly think everybody that we've had sex with, because what are the odds? What is the odds that you was in that place and that was the person that you chose to intertwine sexual intimacy with? All right, think about it. I know a lot of times we could be like, man, we just wanted to, you know, I just wanted sex, man. I didn't care about all that. Yeah, it sound cool. All right. All right, yeah, it sounds cool. You know, on the outside, we got big egos. But why her? Or why him? All right, ladies, of all the men you could have let into you, why him? All right, fellas, of all the women you enter, why her? And sometimes as men, I know we don't even think about shit like this. We're just like, man, I'm just trying to, man, forget all that tit-tat, patty whack, give a dog a bone shit. All right, I know a lot of men be thinking about, don't think about that at all. But yeah, every woman is different. Every woman's body is different. Yeah, for sure. For sure. But y'all just think about that. Just really think about that. The person that you having sex with, what if y'all had sex in your last lifetime? Y'all souls been chasing each other. You ever met somebody that's like, damn, I feel like I done known you for a long time? Ladies, you ever met a guy, you like, man, I just feel like I know him, man. I'm ready to give him everything. And your friends telling you, girl, you crazy. Girl, you tripping. You just met this dude. For some reason, you like, man, I don't know, it's something about him. I feel like this just feels right. Now, I'm not talking about those stories that end bad. I'm talking about those that's, some of y'all that's probably still in the relationship. Think about how you and your loved one met. You know, y'all probably just kicked it off like, man, it's been lit from the get-go. You know, it's like, man, this is my perfect match. Do y'all think it's a coincidence? Well, yeah, I got you. Yes. Come on aboard. All you gotta do is say yes. Don't deny what you feel. Let me inform you. Hey. Yes. 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 Alright. Do I need a POA to tap into security interests? Yes. Also, you know, your affidavit of truth is also a form of, you know, but to answer your question, yes, I ain't gonna make it different. Yes. Yes. Why 10 days instead of 3 or 5? I'm a gentleman. You know, you don't gotta give them 10 days. I just think it's 10 days is ample amount of time to do something. So now when I go to court, you know, hey, I gave them 10 days, Your Honor. I gave them 20 days in all. So just in case they ask for an extension, you see what I'm saying? Let's say you gave them 3 days. You get to that point, they say, yo, can you give us an extension, Your Honor? You know, they might request an extension. So, now again, you don't gotta do 10, you can do 3. I'm not trying to tell you not to. I'm just telling you what I would do. 10 days. And then the next letters, you know, 5 days. Next letters, 3 days. In that order. Yeah, but we definitely have the We the People subscription, family. If y'all want to tap into the weekly private sessions that we have on Sunday at 7. Yesterday class was very informative. Okay, and if you want to sign up for that, it's $88 a month. All right, keep in mind, y'all, when October come, we still gonna have the We the People subscription. So if you still want to kind of be tapped into some form of a community, all right, I would highly suggest you tap into the We the People subscription that I have in my bio. Click the link in my bio, follow it. All right, We talk about different things every week. All right. Next week we're going to have an AI class where I'm showing people what type of questions to prompt to your ChatGPT. All right. Because again, you have to know a lot of resources out here are here to help us, family. And a lot of people have this, I'm old school, I don't know about nothing. You know what I'm saying? That sounded cool in the, 80s and stuff like that. It's 2025 allegedly. So we gotta get hip to the technology. All right, because those that's not hip to the technology are going to be the new peasants in the new world. All right, we're already in the new world, so imagine not even understanding AI. You see what I'm saying? When this whole world is about to be AI. All right, they got the automatic trucks, they got the automatic maids. I've been trying to tell folks got about a good strong 3 or 4 years before you just start seeing the mass takeover where AI robots is just doing all the work. Because I know as a business owner, I'm definitely hired AI. What? Okay, and I'm not trying to say that to take away jobs from, the mom and the pops, but I'm here to say mom and pops needs to get informed on security interests. You see what I'm saying? Like we're kind of out of the age of mom and pop stores. Now again, yeah, we still want that feel, but mom and pop needs to get more informed, okay? There's a lot of genuinely great people that are running mom and pops, and they're going to get railroaded by what's to come. You see what I'm saying? Like, they're going to get railroaded, and it's not because of big business. It's not because of racism. It's not because of gentrification. All right? It's simply going to be the lack of understanding of contracting. You see what I'm saying? It's like that's the next level. That should be the next level for everybody. Understanding contracting, understanding AI. Because while you trying to work with your hands, all right, while you trying to work with your hands and your back and you trying to do it physically, somebody's using the AI and doing 100 times the work you're doing physically. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, mom and pop places are stubborn. They are. They be like, no, we ain't trying to do nothing. My daddy said this, and then his daddy said that. So, respectable. But we got to get more informed. Even if you are repossessed by the lender, how do I still get remedy for the security interest? All right, great question. Let's say the car gone. All right, what I want you to do is don't think about the car. I want you to focus on the account, because the reason why they repoed the car is because you did not satisfy the account. And if you did satisfy the account and they repoed the car, that means that you have not did an emergency lawsuit. It's almost like Debo just came and slapped the taste out your mouth and took your car and said, now what, chump? All right, so this is how you get it back. You have to come forth and claim your security interest in the account. Again, don't think about the car, because even if they go sell the car, all proceeds are going to come back to you, meaning all money that you came out of pocket that's over $1. So don't worry about the car. Focus on the account, because when you can recoup the unearned interest that you done came out your pocket and recoup the proceeds from them selling the car, all right, you're going to be, you're not going to be thinking about the money you lost and the car. They're going to owe you a whole nother car. You see what I'm saying? You can go back to them and say, okay, I want the unearned interest. I want to recoup restitution, and I want another car. All right? Clear of any obligation. I want the title clear. All right? Yes, you can do this, family. All right? But you have to put yourself in position. You can't just say it. You got to build it. All right, you got to build it. Why was it repoed? Okay, it's because there was a payment that wasn't made. So now we got to come forth and insert our security interest in the account. All right, by doing that, it's going to prepay everything that is owed. All right, and after you enforce that, then you can take it to court and say, hey, they're not honoring my security interest. They are not honoring my tender of payment. They are not honoring my bill of exchange. Okay? Y'all asked me the wrong questions. can't really see the comments, y'all. I can see a couple of them. All right, but yeah, security interest, family. Security interest. If they close my account without using arbitration, can I go straight to court? Yeah, for sure. Because if it's closed, it's almost like you're put out your house. You're homeless. You know, this is an emergency. You're receiving damage right now. You injured. You know, you're the injured party, so you got to kind of take that approach. Assignment of rights to agent. I mean, you can if you understand what that means. But all this is an assignment. All this is a reassignment. Everything we're doing is a reassignment. Yeah, I have a court class. I have a class showing you exactly how to build the lawful evidence, how to build the steps, how to build the understanding. All right, I do have a court class available. I can't see everybody's, like some people comments coming up, then they going away. I don't know what's going on. Never seen this before. All right, but yeah, y'all, that's what it is. Okay, security interest. All right, security interest. We don't want to do too much. Don't think too much. Security interest. If you got a ChatGPT, hey chat, what is security interest? Is it true the one that provides the security interest could leverage the security interest? You know, you got to ask good questions. Having a private court class, what you mean, family? What you mean by that? I got a court class online right now, that's the court class that I think you're talking about. Now, we did go over very informative PowerPoint in my We the People subscription. All right. Do I got any members in here right now? All right. Who all remembers Lucius? All right. Lucius Ridley. All right. Lucius Ridley. When you understand who Lucius Ridley is, all right. And that's why I'm telling y'all, man, join that subscription. It's very informative. That is definitely something I would have wanted if I was a beginner. Shit, that's something I would want if I was intermediate and advanced. Because the stuff that we talk about in there, y'all, I've never seen nobody else talk about it. Like, never. 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 And then giving you the blueprint, showing you what the documentation looks like. Join, y'all. It's $88 a month. $88 a month. And I'll be sitting back like, damn, some of these Sunday classes, man, they can go in the store. Like, cause the classes we be having, like, sheesh. I've been having to tell myself, yo, we got to slow down a little bit. All right, so last class was more of a refresh class. And again, next Sunday, our class, we're going to have an AI class, understanding AI, how it's useful. All right, how can we leverage it for our benefit? All right, so that's what it is, family. Peace, peace, peace. All right, make sure y'all tap in with all the services. If you need a trust built, if you need a dynasty trust built, all right, if you need somebody to take care of your mortgage, car contract, all right, again, we do have a sale for that. If you want us to take care of it, it is $1,000. All right, that's for the public administrative process and the private administrative process. Okay, but if you wait until Wednesday, all right, it will go back to regular price, which is $2,000. All right, $2,000. All right. Now, if you need a trust built and you want to acquire a property, house, car, okay, that is $2,500, fam. I just want everybody to understand, because I really don't have that service up right now. All right, we kind of been doing it privately. All right, but I will put that service up so people can get a better understanding how it's broken down. All right, but for anybody that is interested, simply send me an email at mansamahatha@gmail.com. All right, that's mansamahatha@gmail.com. All right, if you don't understand that, just shoot me a DM. #DynastyTrust, #trust. All right, and then we can go from there. All right. All right, that's what it is, y'all. Peace, peace, peace. See y'all next time.